All right, let's go ahead. We're going to simulate our remaining games we got. Going to go right through it here. The Hellraisers at 1-2 are taking on the 500 record Helsinki Firestorm. We're going to go ahead and simulate that game. And the Firestorm put up another impressive win, 49-47. Going back from the early deficit to put up big points in the second half. Helsinki kept it close with a 50-yard kick return. It's Helsinki getting the win. Bernard Hayward, 31-45, 249 yards, 5 touchdowns, and an interception. Meat with a rushing touchdown. Keith Montana, 9 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown.
Good game.
Good game indeed. Not much else on the defensive side, so yeah, late score and holding them off. The South Tucson Traveling All-Stars are at 1-3. They're taking on the Cleveland Rocks at 2-1. Go ahead and simulate that game. 58-36 in favor of the Cleveland Rocks. South Tucson drops to 1-4 in the season. Double defensive plays here for Cleveland, putting up 30 points in the second quarter. JCP at 22 of 36 for 224 yards and 5 touchdowns. Oh, man. South Tucson had to resort to the kicker.
Ooh, was that a skunk in the third quarter?
That was 37. I want to say maybe.
22.
26. 26, I think.
No, it was 58-22. So that was a skunk, right?
That's 36. Yeah, that's a skunk.
A second skunk.
Hey, Skunk Fest. Junkie XILF putting up insane numbers for Cleveland. 7 catches, 123 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Player of the game honors. The Mobile Rumble at 2-1. They're taking on the 1-3 Thunder Bay Rousedowers. Go ahead and simulate that game. As the Rousedowers getting the win with a 42-28 victory. Everything a little back and forth here and there. Morgan Daka, not his night. Wesley Rojas, 25 of 43 for 193 yards, but 5 touchdowns. And Mobile had to bring in the kicker. You know that's not good when you have to bring in the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Akihabara and Rancho Cucamonga will be playing in Football After Dark later tonight. Florida City Men at 2-1. They're taking on the reasonably hot Ottawa All Caps at 2-1. Simulate accordingly. Florida City gets another win, goes to 3-1 with a 42-28 win. Keene and Neely having a banner game. Of 32, 218 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Some pretty good simulation games tonight.
And rushing touchdown here. Pretty decent night for the Florida City Men. The Sioux City Lawyers at 3-1, taking on the Springfield Setbacks. Springfield looking for their first win of the season. Go ahead and simulate. The Lawyers have too few guards or defensive ends. So that means bottoms up. Well, actually, both teams are needing stuff here. All right, so we're going to go with the guard defensive ends. So we go bottoms up free agency. Guard defensive end for... And it's the worst ranked player that's not an actual person. Ron Atkinson will be selected for the Lawyers. Now, if I did this right, that means Springfield will also have to do bottoms-up drafting also, see what they're looking for. Simulate the game. The setback have too few, so then we need to pick up a DS for Springfield. Defensive specialist. Bottoms-up drafting for the setback, and that's going to be Gabe Harris joining the team. All right, I think we got all set it out here. Sioux City Lawyers against the Springfield Setback. Simulate the game.
Hopefully.
And we're good. Setback gets their first win, 52-42. A late charge by Sioux City. Something just disconnected. That was my controller. Shoo. We're good. We're good. Nelson putting up points late. Trent Nelson, 11 of 20 off the bench for 147 yards and 5 touchdowns. Butte, 27 of 44, 236 and 5 touchdowns. Ray Caesar with 2 rushing touchdowns also.
Was that the called skunk?
That is not a skunk, I believe.
I don't think so.
No, that would have been 23, so that's not a skunk. And the International Falls XILF team at 1-3, taking on the Jacksonville Marks, also at 1-3. Go ahead and simulate. 48-41. The culture is not looking good. 1-4. Tony Duvall putting up points. Donnie Castle with some early struggles as a starting quarterback. Duvall went 31 of 45 for 243 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception.
Lots of good simulated games tonight.
They've been close. They haven't been the massive blowouts we've been expecting here, but we got 2 more to go here. We got the Albany Express at 1-2 against the San Francisco Rush 2049 at 2-1. And the Express have too few wide receiver linebackers, so we go bottoms up free agency. Wide receiver linebacker, what we're looking for. Lowest ranked person that's not an actual person is Dexter Weaver. Moving on, Albany Express against the San Francisco Rush 2049. Go ahead and simulate the game. What the hell?
Oh boy.
105 combined points! Who put up 71? Good Lord, son!
Wow.
Bennett,
that's
5-yard
skunk.
interception return, extra point missed. Overdrive puts up points. 13-3 at the first quarter. Overdrive. 14 points. Overdrive. Field goal.
Yeah, I guess.
Overdrive. 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 It's me and Ladul did okay with what he had.
Yeah,
Overdrive.
Caveman.
Was it?
That is a skunk in the first half. Just at 28 points.
You are correct, sir. 28 points exactly in the second. What was it? 41 to 13 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blowout. That's a blowout. Overdrive, 27 of 46, 269 yards. Nice. 8 touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, you spoke too soon.
Yeah, I did. You know me. 71 points. Impressive. And finally, last simulated game we got here is the Tampa Bay Brady Bunch at 3-0, taking on the 2-1 Buffalo Wild Things. Tampa Bay looks to remain undefeated. Simulate the game. And we have an upset. It's Buffalo, 42-28.
I think it's the third 42-28 game tonight.
We have a scoreless whisper in the fourth, and it didn't matter. Weiner's shrinking, putting up the points. 31 of 53, 271 yards, and 6 touchdowns. I tell you, Buffalo is a sleeper team to look for. They have been impressive. But so we got all of our simulated games out of the way. In case you just joined us, it's game 2 of 3, yes?
I think that was another skunk in that game too. Check again.
Was that a skunk on that one?
Yeah, I think third quarter something point out.
Third quarter skunk, 14, offset. No, 14. Negative. 14s offset each other, and then the 14 there. So it was a 14-point lead at the end of the third. Yeah, no skunk.